Hello, 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 hello. Hey. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursday. Sorry, people. One moment. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursday with your girl Raquel. Hey, it's been a minute since we've seen each other. Pray that everyone's having a great day. We're going to wait a few minutes to, for a few people to come on in the room. I know it's a little early. We have an event this evening, and so we just came to talk just for a little bit. We're not planning on being on here long because we need to get ourselves dressed and pulled together for this event. So pray that everyone is having a great Thursday. Twoc Talk Thursdays. Hey, my ED will be out in a minute. There she is. That's my ED right there, people.
Where's the light, honey?
Girl, there's your light. Her this light, honey. Y'all, she just gotta let me put the light on her side. She really likes this light. It works for her. There you go. Is that better? Get her tan in there.
You said on me. Not on me.
Right. See, I was trying to help you. Is she intrusive?
Ooh. The light caught me a bit vulnerable. What is this? Leaking everywhere.
It's not leaking. It's just condensation, sweetie. That's all.
When is it going to evaporate?
One moment.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays. Welcome to Twoc Talk Thursdays. We're not going to be before you long. We just have a few things that we really want to just talk about for a quick second. Just to do a check-in. See how everyone is doing.
There you go.
Quick check-in to see how everyone is doing. So how are you doing, Auntie?
I am doing wonderfully well. We've been out of office and we've been traveling and we've had quite a bit going on, and so we haven't been here, but we are back. Mm-hmm. And so I feel great. No complaints to be voiced. All is well and everything is under control. All is well. I've actually ministered recently.
That's right.
Last night and Sunday.
Come on,
yes,
now, woman of God.
Absolutely, yes. I ministered on Sunday. And on Sunday, I talked about a woman's work. A woman's work. Nothing gets done efficiently or effectively as it can be or could be done without the hands, the mind, the intellect of a woman.
That's a series.
Yeah, a woman's work.
That's part one.
Part one. This is the month of March, and so it's considered Women's History Month. And so at my church, we've had Women's Her Story Month, and so that's what I spoke about. And then on last night, Brandon Towers. It's an assisted living facility, and I spoke there last night, and I spoke on faith. I don't know what you know about faith, but faith is an action word, meaning that you've got to do your part in order for God to do God's part. Real simplistic. The old saying says, when you make one step, God will make two. Yeah. And so I taught as well as preached last night about faith and it being an action word. And we are all given a measure of faith. What you choose to do with the measure that you're given is up to you. So, yeah.
That was some good stuff.
Amen.
Good stuff. I enjoy seeing you in your element.
Yeah.
I do. I enjoy seeing your element. It was a joy to see you open up Black America pageant prayer.
Yeah. So this is my third year opening up Black America every night with prayer. Prayer is always in order. It is always in order for us to talk to the God of the universe and to set an atmosphere, whatever that atmosphere looks like We get to determine that, and prayer is always in order. We always are in need of an answer from God, no matter what's going on. We're always in need of an answer. We are always in need to take a moment, take a second, take a few minutes just to reverence God for all that God has done. And I declared that weekend, and I'll always declare this: God doesn't do anything else. God has already done enough. But because God is who God is always doing something for us. And we want to, as much as possible, tell God thank you.
That's right. Amen. What was your thoughts of the contest?
So my thoughts about the contest. It was a good contest.
Yeah.
It was a good contest. It is always a blessing to get to see those of us a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, our creativity, and our creativity comes in all different colors, shapes, sizes, and forms. And I'm talking about creativity, at its best. If you want to see it, especially in Black pageantry, Black America, Universe, Westland, Renaissance, Sweetheart, Peach State, P Jasmine's pageant, just so many pageants here. We got Duo. We have so many pageants here in Atlanta. We've got Trans World Pageantry System. We've got so many pageants here in Atlanta that you get to get the best entertainment of your life. The way I believe it, you get to see innovation, you get to see talent, you get to see people's heart, you get to see, for some people who do gospel numbers, you get to see their relationship, their spiritual relationship and or connection. This weekend, Black America, happy 45th anniversary, Black America, Black Excellence. It was indeed a great pageant, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thank you for naming those other systems, but I would be remiss if I didn't name, because it is Women's History Month, if I didn't name Models Inc. And shout out to Vega.
Yeah, Vega was here this weekend.
A Black woman of trans experience and having such a prestigious title,
Absolutely.
a prestigious system that I was fortunate to be a former of. I was crowned in 2009 the MMI Tuna. Thank you, Vega, for creating a space and a platform. And as a trans woman, a Black trans woman, for still being a trailblazer and sacrificing your time, resources to create a space and a platform for women like myself to show our talents. Because so often we have those spaces, and even though women, trans women in films were the reasons why the subcultures were created in that way, there's very few systems that are trans-led. And on this Women's History Month, I would like to shout out Vega and Models Inc. system for being that beacon, that vessel, and that platform that's trans-led, that's for us, by us.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Vega, for that.
Yes.
Black America was nothing short of amazing. I'm grateful to be a former and be a part of it. Someone asked me a question.
This was your first year back as a former.
Someone asked me a question. Yeah, it was. Right.
Yes, you had just looked at me like,
yeah,
this was your first year back.
Last year was a former, right?
No, ma'am. You crowned Saria. So this was your
former.
No, this was your first year back as a former, actually being a former. Last year when we were at the pageant, it was your give up.
Yeah, so I wasn't a former.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're correct.
So congratulations on now being a former.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Someone asked me how did I feel about the changes that were implemented within the system. If you didn't notice, Benny posted, and so did Giselle, posted the guidelines for sportswear and the different categories around question and answer, that there is no question answer no more in presentation. It's connected to question and answer, and the changes within sportswear that you can do your choice. It doesn't have to be a seasonal and all of those different things. Like those changes were made the year in which I competed.
Okay.
Yeah, those changes were made that year. It just so happened that everyone that competed still fell upon the guise of the tradition of Black America in that way, but those changes were implemented. Shouts out to all of the contestants, and especially those that made the top 5 that
Absolutely.
really set the precedent of what the next few years of what Black America is going to look like, and how folks are going to show up at the system. Shout out to
Monica, baby.
Shout out to Monica, and shout out to Athena, who did an amazing job, and shout out to Giselle. There's so much I can say about Giselle, but most importantly, thank you, Giselle, for being a trailblazer. Thank you for saying yes to yourself, giving yourself permission to be that risk taker. Thank you for giving yourself permission to take things to another level and to be that possibility model, to allow folks to know that when you're preparing for this such thing called life, you don't let no one else project their fears and phobias onto you. And that weekend, her everything, that every time she came out to me, she broke barriers. She took risks.
Yes.
And I just hope that in the tradition of Giselle and in the tradition of all of those other queens, that the system be fair and allow those other individuals that want and desire to be agents of change, give them same pathways and permission to make those changes that they have identified.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Giselle, for that. Thank you, every contestant that showed up. Every time you compete, it's about you competing against how you showed up the last time, and those ladies and those gentlemen put on an amazing show. So congratulations to Giselle and Alphonse in Valencia for such an amazing job.
Yes, and to the junior and junior miss as well.
My hometown babies, my grandbaby and my nephew, and my niece. Unfortunately, I missed the pageant Friday because I was traveling.
It was a great pageant.
I was able to see it on video. They were amazing. Shout out to New Orleans for always representing and always making sure that we're in the building consistently, showing up and showing out. It was an amazing weekend for. I'm excited about the future of us in pageantry.
Yes,
of the Black community in pageantry.
Would you think that it's coming back?
What?
That, because pageantry had went down for a little moment. So would you say that from the looks of things, pageantry's on its way back?
I can't speak of pageantry as a whole. I can speak for Black America system.
Okay.
I can speak to the energy. I can speak to the environment, the atmosphere, the ecosystem, and how it was different.
Because that place was full.
Winning, and as now, when I won at the Marriott, and the place was, it was packed. It was packed when I won.
Yes,
and at my step down, it was standing room only. It was so packed to where there was threatening that the fire marshals would come and shut it down if we didn't move around. And I really believe that if Black America continue in the pack, that is in now, that we're going to have to find another venue. Yeah. So shout out to Black America. Shout out to the community for showing up and supporting each other, and it being a weekend of love and celebration. I'm excited about that. Oh, yeah. So before we get into that, just have a few things, y'all,
Hi, Jasmine Hubbard. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Jasmine.
And nobody else said anything, but to the other people that are here, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Twoc Talk Thursdays. We greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, we're not going to be long today, y'all. We're not going to be long. But I did want to talk about this thing that we experienced this weekend, this celebration of each other, and how it's very important that we vote, y'all. I can't say that enough. It's very important that we vote. It's very important that we vote. I don't think a lot of you are aware that they are affecting our freedom of speech. They are really affecting our freedom of speech. If a lot of you may not know, there is a ban on TikTok. They're trying to ban TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah, they're trying to ban TikTok. And it's sad and it's disheartening, because one of the things that I have noticed, and one of the things they notice, is that so many content creators that's queer, that's of trans and LGBTQIA+, they have counted at least 2 or 3 million content creators that's on TikTok that are of trans and LGBT, that's a part of the community,
Wow.
are on TikTok and influencers. And it's no coincidence that they're now trying to ban TikTok. They're trying to ban TikTok because they said that it's that folks are using that platform to push narratives and push messages. And let's be honest, they're really talking about us.
Yeah.
Because what they have realized is that folks that live in rural communities that don't have an opportunity to connect to me, I don't have an opportunity to connect to you or other nonprofit organizations that's in the community that's doing the work. They have found community in TikTok. So folks are sharing their transitions. You have Dylan McAvoy, who, and because of TikTok, have became this sensation, who was able to, and she chronicled her transition on TikTok and on Twitter, and she used social media as that. And because of that, she has gone at the support of Lady Gaga and all of those different things. Because of her presence on that platform, she was able to be the spokesperson for Budweiser and all of these major campaigns. And recently they came out against her because she made a post around Women's History Month, and she was attacked. And Lady Gaga went into her defense because of the way she was attacked. And when she only celebrated Women's History Month by shouting out other women and using herself and her womanhood to do so, but she experienced so much backlash. But we're experiencing now is them using all of those outlets to really attack us as a community. So we don't pay attention, you all. They have realized that we use these social media outlets as a way to find community, as a way to connect with one another. They feel as though that we're using these platforms to coerce. They say we're using these platforms to entice. They say we're using these platforms to encourage and manipulate folks. When in actuality, we're just using those platforms to express ourselves.
Right.
But they're saying that they're trying to ban TikTok for other reasons, that it goes against the government and the Chinese government are using it to spy. When in all actuality, they're afraid of the influence that we in community, in the LGBTQIA plus community, the communities that we have gathered on that platform called social media, and we use TikTok as that way. And so now they're having conversations on banning TikTok. So make sure that if you all are engaged and you're connected to your politicians, make sure you write and let them know that you're against them sanctioning and trying to silence our voices by banning that particular platform, because that platform is a way that folks that don't have access to me or you
Are able to
or
reach
to my
us
sister Nyona,
or get
who's
the
in Virginia.
information.
Hey Nyona, that has an organization that provides services to folks in rural areas or folks that may not have access to Black America, Black Universe, or any of those systems that you'll name. That's the only community they'll see. They're taking us out of schools. They're taking us out of all of the spaces in which we normally would congregate. And now they're trying to take us off of TikTok by banning that whole platform. So it's time for us to use our voices and vote, you all.
It's so imperative that we vote.
Because it's happening all around us. It's happening all around us. And everybody's saying, okay, it's not going to affect me, but you are affected.
The piece that bothers me is the piece where they're trying to vote where you can walk up to a business and just because of how they feel religiously, they can tell you, no, we're not going to serve you. And it be legal. Go to the doctors and they say,
well, it went
no,
to
we're
the
not
first
gonna...
stage here in Georgia, right? You're talking about the Religious Care Act. It went to the first stages in Georgia. And let's be honest, they say that it's about folks using their spiritual beliefs. But there's also a such thing called women's contraception rights, women rights to their bodies that's attached to that. Because the same folks that say they don't want us in their business, those same providers can say that I don't want to give women birth control. I don't want to perform these necessary surgeries that these women have identified necessary for their bodies. All of those things are covered under the Religious Care Act. And if we don't speak to our legislators and let them know that we are aware and cognizant of the division that they're creating and how they are trying to take away our autonomy and our rights, they're going to go even further and further. It's ridiculous in what we're experiencing right now in this social political climate. But I am very, 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 very hopeful that we're going to come out of this on the good side of things. But we just have to come together as a collective and use our voice. Well, first we have to identify how our rights and our voices are being taken away from us. Yeah. And I know we don't want to constantly make it about all of the political stuff, but it's happening, you all.
Yeah.
It's happening, y'all. But
and we have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it.
I mean, it may get old, you may get tired of hearing it, but the reality is, my belief is the more we talk about it, the more that it sticks and stays.
Yeah.
So that we realize how important it is that we vote. It's imperative. It's more imperative than it's ever been before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more imperative than it's ever been before.
But on a lighter note, to really support community, and if you guys want to support us in the work that we're doing, there are several events you can catch us at next week. As you all know, if you may not know, next week is Transgender Week of Visibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's the day when the nation it's a national holiday when folks come together to celebrate TGNC and queer individuals. That's the day when our friends, families, allies, comrades come together and celebrate and stand in solidarity with us. That's the day when we're silent and everyone that loves us stand up for us that day, during that week. That's what that day was set up for. And because of that, we're coming together in Atlanta, and we have several events set up. Tuesday, we'll be at the Capitol, Atlanta City Capitol. It'll be the Healing Project along with Community Australia. Sister Song? Community Australia, Sister Song. There's 5 other organizations that's coming together. SNAPCO. And a few other organizations are coming together next Tuesday. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Atlanta Capitol. It's going to take place. We're going to have our lobby day, Transgender Visibility Trans Day of Lobby. It's going to take place next Tuesday from 10 to 4. I'm sorry, 10 to 4. And on that Thursday, we'll have Transgender State of Union, State of Address.
Yeah. It's State of the Union Address.
State of the Union Address.
Yes.
It's going to be at Atlanta City Hall.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we all know where Atlanta City Hall is.
We all know where Atlanta
City
downtown
Hall
on
Trinity Avenue. It's at 808, I think, or 508. It's on Trinity Avenue, downtown Atlanta.
So we'll be there. They're going to have they're going to have a panel, and we'll be discussing some of the things that some of the change we would like to see in community as trans individuals. On that Friday, which is the 29th, we'll be having the screening, the premiere of Eden's Garden. That's going to take place at the Terra Theater on Cheshire Bridge. So if you all are in the city of Atlanta, come out to that. And on that Saturday, we'll be at Grant Park for THUSDAY Cookout 2024. That's from 2 to 6. So y'all come on out to those events. Stand in solidarity with us, support us in the amazing work that we're doing in community. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself or Raquel, or if you're looking for information around THUSDAY Cookout, you can reach out to myself or reach out to someone at Game Changing Men or Ubuntu or Destination Tomorrow. If you're looking for someone about the state of trans,
the State of the Union Address.
State of the Union Address that's taking place at City Hall, you can reach out to Project Him, SNAPCO. Those are the 2 organizations you can reach out. Tony Michelle or Rashad can help you, give you more information on that event that Thursday. And for that Tuesday, for Trans Day of Visibility at the Capitol, you can reach out to myself or Leanne at Community Australia. We'll be glad to give you more information. Come on out, y'all. Volunteers are needed. Like I mentioned, this is the day when our allies and comrades come together and stand in solidarity and support for us as trans folk. So please, 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 you all come out and support.
Yes. So listen, we've got an event this evening, and so of course, like we said, we weren't going to be before you long. So we thank you for showing up. Of course, this is Twoc Talk Thursdays, where we have made sure that we have this space in place so that we can always give you the tools and information so that we all have a life of being healthy, healed, and whole. That's what we do right here at Twoc Talk
And we're
Thursday.
leaving here,
This
so
is
we'll
a safe
probably
space.
go. We'll probably go live for a little minute. We'll be going to.
We can. Uh-huh.
The conversation is going to be at Virgil's Gullah Restaurant. It's a conversation around harm reduction. It's hosted by HRC. It's a harm reduction ATL. If a lot of you may not know harm reduction is us making sure that we're eliminating barriers when it comes to linking our community services around substance use and providing support for community members around substance use and making sure that we're having conversations on what does harm reduction really look like for us in this time around, for us as entertainers, us as trans folk, us as sex workers, us as just everyday folk in the community. What does harm reduction look like? What are some of the things that we need in order for us to exist and navigating community and be safe while doing so? So we'll be having a conversation today that's going to be hosted by Stasha Sanchez and Sebastian Smith. It's going to be today from 6 to 8 at Virgil's Restaurant. The
3721 Main Street, College Park, Georgia. Virgil's Gullah Restaurant.
So yes, that's where we're headed to. So don't meet us there, beat us there.
And we will talk to you soon. Once again, this is Twoc Talk Thursdays with your girl Toy and your girl Raquel. And again, this space and place is a place where you can always get the tools and information so that you'll be on the road to being healthy, healed, and whole. Until next time, we love you. Bye-bye.